welcome to this episode of Burton Shorts or BS. I was going to start talking on the top of the Burton Bridge, the bridge that crosses the Trent in Burton-on-Trent. It was so noisy I decided to walk off down here. So my name is Jan. I bring out an episode every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, or I try to. I may not meet every Wednesday. I'm a lifelong Burtonian. I was born in 1959 in Burton-on-Trent, and these little videos, these Burton Shorts, are me wittering about Burton-on-Trent, and quite often they're quite a lot about me as well and my history in Burton-on-Trent, because I do have 66 years of life in Burton-on-Trent to talk about. So why am I coming down here? Well, I've just walked off the Burton Bridge down what's this road called? I think it might be called Meadows Road or something. I'm not quite sure. I'll find out and put it on the bottom. So I'm walking down here because I suspect lots of Burtonians, even people who lived here all their lives, as long as me, longer than me, not as long as me, have perhaps never walked down here and have perhaps never thought about what's down here. Well, there's a few houses you can see. It must be difficult when there's floods on, because the Trent does flood quite regularly, perhaps once a year-ish. How extensive the floods come into up to these houses, I'm not sure, but they must get inundated occasionally. So let's see where it goes, shall we? What's noticeable already is how noisy it was on the Burton Bridge, on the Trent Bridge, and how quiet it is down here, just, I don't know, 100 or so metres away. Suddenly all I've got is the sound of the breeze. It's quite a breezy day, the breeze through the trees. So I'm walking straight down the little lane, which then bends round to the right, so I'll follow it that way. But at the moment I'm passing something that says the Riverside Miniature Railway. Now, I've lived here all my life, but I've never seen that railway operating. I'll have a little look in a minute, see what we can see. According to their sign, they do have a presence on YouTube, so I'll try and find a YouTube video and I will put a link in the description to this video to this railway. But it's obviously might be a sit-on railway. It's big enough to perhaps have these little sit-on steam trains. I'm not quite sure. To be honest, I can't wait to have a look on YouTube and find out exactly what they do, how often they're open. They also have a presence on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but perhaps if you are, you can have a look. That station is called Bladen Low Level, that I can just see over there. Bladen Low Level. I'm guessing therefore there's a high level. I'm going to stick my camera over there. I can't actually see what you can see, not until I get the camera back on a computer. So let's have a little peep where I can see that way, and I'll do it like that as well. What goes on down there? It must curve around again through another curve. Intriguing. Yeah, I shall try and find out when that's running, if it still does, and I will do a little video, visit them and do a little video of it. So look out for that on another Burton Short. But for now, let's follow the road straight down from the bridge, round the first right-hand bend, and then it goes almost immediately around the left-hand bend. Let's see what we can find. The left-hand bend is gentle and sweeping, and almost immediately after we've got around it, there is a gate and a sign that says, I can't read it yet, Hatton United Junior Football Club Tournament. Well, I'm guessing that's a temporary sign pointing people to this football pitch over here. How old that sign is for the tournament, I don't know. It might be a year old, it might be a week old, I have no idea. But as you can see, there are some football pitches over here. This is just a couple of 100 yards, a couple of 100 metres further down, and it's described as washlands. I think actually this whole area is called Bass Meadows, I seem to remember from a child. but there's a cricket pavilion here, and I'm not quite sure what that area is on the left. It's tarmacked car park, perhaps, probably a car park. But over on the right, I'll lift the camera up high, you can see better than me, there is a cricket pitch, cricket field. Yes, that's a car park on the left. Because it's away from any roads, I've never seen cricket being played on here. I can see there's also football pitches marked out. So whether there's more football and there's football nets, football goal posts and nets over there. So whether more cricket than football gets played or vice versa, I have no idea, because like I say, it's away from a road, so I've never driven past it when something's been on. It's a bit out of the way just to come specially to have a peep. But yeah, there's a cricket ground. How many of you knew that? How many Burtonians for many years didn't know that? I suspect quite a few of you. Right, I'll keep walking down the lane. You may be wondering where I'm going to. So there's something else that may be a surprise. There's a post box there, the Burton Meadows. I'm not sure what the butts are, but I know there is a farm down here, a farm building. Maybe a sign for that later, but let's see what we find if we keep on walking further and further away from the Trent Bridge in Burton. I'm now approaching a gate across the track, so you're probably thinking, Jan, that's probably as far as you can go. Well, it isn't. It isn't. I'm not going to go through the gate though, and if memory serves me right, I can veer off to the left. So straight on to a farm. There's the farm. Meadows Farm it's called, because there's a sign there on a post box. So Meadows Farm, sort of on the washlands, on Bass Meadows. What they farm there, I don't know. I can't see any activity, I can't see any livestock, I can't see any crops. So what on earth they get up to, I have no idea. And beyond them, which we'll perhaps get a better view of later, there's a big brick wall that's actually a rifle range. But I'm going to walk down this little track here. Let's see what we can find. Well, that's about the best view I think that you're going to get of the rifle range. I've no idea of its history. I've never known anybody shooting there, never heard shots in all the 6 years I've lived nearabouts. Not that I'd always be necessarily in earshot of it, but if you look to the left now, you can probably see how I'm going to escape off this, what is in effect an island on the River Trent. So there's the River Trent to our left, which that bridge goes over, and there's another River Trent, another arm of the River Trent, leg of the River Trent, is it arm or leg, I don't know, part of the River Trent way over to our right. So we are effectively on an island here, and we got onto it off the Trent, the road bridge over the Trent. The bridge that's been there a hell of a long time. I know there's been some sort of bridge there since about the year 1000, so over 2000 years. But we're going to leave the island over this footbridge. This path actually is very well maintained, so I mean it's obviously mown and kept clear, which is interesting. It's not like a lot of public footpaths that get overgrown with nettles and things. It's obviously maintained, perhaps because a lot of people use it, although I've only ever seen the odd person when I've come along here. Right, let's get over the Trent. There's some butterflies following me. and we're over, and you can see here some of the flood defences, so that when the River Trent floods, which it does about once a year to some extent, the flood defences that help protect Burton-on-Trent from inundation. I think there's a plaque around here somewhere that explains it, although I don't know where it is. Perhaps there isn't a plaque. Oh, there is a plaque. Let's have a look at it. Well, there's the plaque. I won't go into the details because this is supposed to be a Burton short video, but there's basically 9 kilometres of flood defence walls and embankments forming a continuous line of protection stretching from the riverside inn at Branston to Clay Mills, which have successfully protected the town from flooding from very high river levels. So there you go. And I know these were recently reinforced or extended. Right, if you keep on going through this park, at some point I'll come to a point that nearly every Burtonian will recognise. So let's get there, shall we? In fact, let's get there quickly. Here we are at Pirelli roundabout. There's the Burton Albion Stadium, the other side of the roundabout, the home of Burton Albion Football Club. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. That's how you can walk from Pirelli roundabout to Burton Bridge, or vice versa, the way I walked. And it's quite a pretty little walk actually along there. Certainly beats walking along the roads. So if you like this episode, please like, please subscribe if you don't want to miss any future episodes. I'm going to sign out now because it's getting very noisy. See you next week. Bye.